Welcome back to the channel. It's been a while. We've been on a road trip about 5 weeks ago. If you follow us on Instagram, you would have seen our road trip images over there. Unfortunately, a lot has happened during that time and I couldn't finish the video, but today I'm able to finish it for you guys. It was a road trip with my father. He came and visit, so we headed down. We wanted to go up north in the North Island of New Zealand, but then we headed down. He met up with some family members there, so we went down all the way to Masterton. So yeah, let's go through what happened. We left Auckland. It was raining and it was miserable, and obviously with this road trip we were camping, so we didn't know how the weather was going to play out, but we just went for it. Unfortunately, the first day it was raining. It was still beautiful scenery, but a lot of rain. In our 4-hour trip, we decided to split it in half instead of driving 4 hours and killing ourselves. So we went to the Lake Taupo caves, if I'm pronouncing it right, but it was very expensive to go in there, so we ended up going to the Rakuri scenic reserve and just took a browse there. It was pouring. Okay, we made it to our first attraction on our road trip. We are at the Rakuri bushwalk. The trail is for free. There's no payment to do the trail. There's 3 caves that you can pay to go into to see the glowworms. We bypassed that because it was just too expensive. We'll do that one day, but for what we had planned for the rest of the road trip, it was just out of our budget. But the trail was beautiful. It is really something to see. I would definitely go back there, especially if it did not rain, because it was beautiful walking through the nature tunnels and all the tracks going through it. The water, the river, it was really something to see. It was unfortunate that it was raining, but it was something to see. We definitely enjoyed it. We took about a break, 5-minute break, not 5-minute break, about a 50-minute break to go through the track, see everything, and then just admired what was going on around us. It was really nice. We didn't expect it. As we said, we just wanted to break the 4-hour trip that we planned to drive, to split it up in 2. So it was about a 2-hour drive to get there from Auckland, and then we just had a bit of brunch, did the trails. It was really nice, really nice. We definitely enjoyed it. Would recommend people to go there. I don't think a lot of people know about this because everybody just goes to the caves, but this was really nice to see. Once we were finished with the trail, we got back in the car, headed on the road again. It was still raining. It was seeming to open up a bit, but was still pouring down with rain. So we wanted to camp at Waikoko Valley campsite, but we went past there and it was just a lot of cars. So we decided to camp at Kea Manawa. I hope I'm pronouncing this correctly. Campsite. It was, you'll see now, it was like in the middle of nowhere. It was very nice, very quiet. Definitely enjoyed it. Will recommend to go camp there if you want peace and quiet for 1 or 2 nights. It was beautiful. There's a few trails. Okay, it's just after 4. It's been raining the whole day. We found a little nice remote camping site, free camping. So there's a bigger one with water and a toilet, but there's a lot of people, so we decided to do this whole remote one. So if you go down that road over there, there's another concrete pavement, but we decided on this one. We are quickly going to set up camp before it gets too dark, and then make some food and carry on with the road trip tomorrow. Or drop a location where this campsite is. It's quite nice, but no water, no electricity. If you want to camp here, take all your rubbish with you. Yep, so we set up camp, but we were, oh yeah, now we were quite, I think it was just wet. So after putting up the awning, we should have maybe put up the tent first. This is how we can't open it. We're gonna try. So what happened was, it was raining, so it was like, okay, let's just put up the awning and then hide under the awning. And then whilst the awning was up, we were like, damn it, we had to put up the tent first, but we managed to open it, and then yet again pouring again. We made a lovely dinner. Really just again, it was raining, so made a dinner, enjoyed it, and then we went off to bed. Next morning, a lovely cup of warm tea and coffee to warm up. The weather gave us a bit of a gap. We are all packed, ready to go to our next destination, about a 4-hour drive. Yeah, so we this is the waterfall that you can go to. This is near the campsite as well. That's what I get. If you go to this campsite, you can spend about a day or two there. There's a waterfall, there's a nice beautiful river, there's hiking trails. So definitely worth it. The weather gave us a gap to put away camp, and then it started raining again. Quick stop at the laundromat just to dry up a few things that got wet last night. This is lunch while we wait for the washing. Okay, we are all warmed up now, heading back on the road. I'm not too sure how far we'd have to go. I think about 2 hours. So as I said, we were heading up down to Masterton. Beautiful road down there. Really enjoyed it. You can see all the trees, like autumn is starting. It was really, really beautiful. We didn't film a lot in Masterton because we were with family, which we haven't seen ever. So we really wanted to spend time with them. I captured a few images of what we did, and so we went down to Masterton, we went to Castle Point, then we went down all the way to the Cape Polsa lighthouse. We passed these little small towns. It was beautiful. We went to the fairy town. It's the Lake Ferry. Yeah, we went there as well. So it was something to see, but we didn't film much. So I just added up some pictures and a little bit of drone footage here and there, what we did, because we were with family, so didn't want to play around with the cameras too much. But enjoy this. I'm gonna make myself a cup of coffee. I don't drink coffee though, I drink tea. But enjoy the footage, and then I'll see you guys back in a few seconds. it was a nice ride. You guys can see the sun was out finally. So we really enjoyed the ride going there. We went past the desert road twice, and then I just took pictures of the desert road. I didn't take videos, so I was quite disappointed in myself. But yeah, we made it there. We got to a campsite, which you don't really see it's a campsite. It's more like a reserve, but when we got there, we saw people were camping there and set up camp. You pay online for it at docks. There were toilets, no showers. But yeah, we set up camp there. It was safe. No one bothered us. There's a road at the back that you can hear, but nothing too bad. So that's where we slept for the night, and then we packed up the next day. We headed to the docks to go on a ferry trip to the Maori cavings. So that was definitely worth it. We went on eco sailing. It was about $120 for the 4 of us, and the trip was about 2 hours, I would say. It was very fun. We motored out of the marina, and then we headed, opened up the sails when we were out of the marina. The water is so clear. Lake Taupo has like a whole history to it, so it's definitely worth going there, reading up to the history, the carvings, everything. I'm not going to give too much out. You guys can go and visit and find out everything, but it's definitely worth it. The boat trip was worth it. There's a few different options on the boat trip, but we chose the sailing one. There were a few people on it, but we weren't too crowded. It was definitely something to see. The Maori carvings were definitely something to see. It's worth going there. It's beautiful. There the sails are up. So yeah, it was really lovely. We definitely enjoyed it. Would recommend it. After that, we went to the Spa Thermal Park. It is a thermal water pools like inside the park, not too far from the main river. The water is nice and hot. There were people swimming, lying in the ponds. So we didn't have much time there, so we just walked around admiring it. We'll definitely, if we go past there, stay a day or two longer. But definitely it was something nice to see. After that, we got into the car, and there's a trail to walk to Hooker Falls, but we just decided to drive to Hooker Falls. But there's a nice trail. We'll suggest if it's a beautiful sunny day and not raining to do the trail. But we just took a drive there. It was a bit crowded, I must say. I'm a bit sad about it, because it's very tourism-y. I think if you want to get like nice shots, you have to go early in the morning. As you guys can see, it was so crowded. And then no drones allowed, so we couldn't get any drone footage there. But it was really nice to see. The water is so clear. It was a wonderful trip. It was just, it's very crowded. So either go, I don't know, very late in the afternoon or very early in the morning to try and miss all the crowds. But that water is just something to see. It's beautiful. There's a dam wall not too far from this that opens on certain times. We unfortunately missed that, so we'll go back to see that. We missed that. We camped at a tavern next to the road. It was it was $20 a night, and then there were showers. The road was quite noisy. It was really noisy during the night. But it was only $20 for the car, and then there was showers, and then the meals there, people, are very affordable and big. It was worth eating there. And instead of staying one night there, we ended up staying 2 nights there, because it was warm showers. If you're doing a road trip camping, you don't always get a shower. You go without showering for 1 or 2 days. So the showers were nice. The road was just very noisy, but in the morning, this is what you see is the thermals. So we headed up with a drone and just got this quick images. So it's so beautiful in the morning when all the thermals are just coming up. And then we headed to the thermal wonderland. It was really something to see. There are a few things to look at thermal wonderland. That's why we, instead of staying 1 day, we stayed 2 days in that area. We went to the Lady Giza. It's he has a little clip coming up. It was very nice to see. Also a story behind it. Apparently to inmates that were in jail. There was a jail there a long time ago. They drop a piece of soap, and then the soap went into the hole, and then the geezer just like came up. So they were quite shocked about it. After the Giza, we went to the Thermal Wonderland. It was quite pricey. The activities are quite pricey. We paid $170 for the four of us, 3 adults and 1 child, to go through the farm, through the park. It's something to see. It is something to see. There's a lot of thermal parks around this area, but we just chose this one, and it's something to see. It was just a bit expensive. A lot of the activities are, if you take the dollar, it's quite expensive towards we coming from South Africa and you convert it to rand, which you shouldn't, but it was really expensive. But worth paying the price, worth seeing it. There was beautiful thermal activities going on. That thermal smoke or steam coming out in the mornings, it's something to see. It was a beautiful scenery. We walked there for about 5 hours, maybe more. I would suggest when you guys go and you have like a short pants on, just spray yourself with some bug spray, because there was a bunch of sandflies and we got eaten to death with the sandflies. And my pants wasn't that high up, so I just got a piece of it, but it was terrible. So if you do go there, just take some bug spray with, because the sandflies are horrible, very horrible. But the scenery, the acid water, it was really nice to see it. We enjoyed it. We went from the thermal park to the mud pools, and then there were these mud pools really reminded me of Ice Age. So I was like, want to go and look at Ice Age again, because it just like gives us whole other impression of Ice Age back. But yeah, these mud pools were something to see. There was a little road that you can walk to get to. You can't physically get to there, so we headed up with the drone to get more images of the theropods that they were, the thermal ponds. But yeah, we tried getting there. We took a walk, and then we got stuck in the bushes. So we were just lifting up the drone to see what was going on above there. But it was something to see. The water was clear. I don't know how many degrees the water is, but it was something to see. This little blue lake, well, it's not a little lake, it's a big lake. We saw it on Google Maps, and then we could have walked to there, but it was just too far and we were running out of daylight, so we just decided to take a drive there. But it looks like a milky blue. You won't believe it's just a natural thing there. Looks like maybe something chemical went wrong on it, but it was so beautiful. From there you pass this green lake. You would think that it's rotten or something because it smells very bad, but people were swimming in it, to be honest, and the water was so warm. So due to the warm water, the algae in the water starts growing, and that's why it comes green. But people were swimming in it. The next morning we went to Kerosene Creek. Hope I'm pronouncing it correctly. John and Kristen took a bath in the thermal waters. It was lovely warm waters. I was bypassing it because the bathrooms to dress up warm again was just too far away. We had a bit of breakfast there, and they enjoyed a early morning quick bath swim in the pond. The water was lovely. It's something to see. Apparently in summertime it really gets busy there. That river is full of people because of the nice warm water. It was definitely worth stopping there and seeing that. Not too far from where the river was in the Green Lake, there's a Crater Lake track. It's about 3 kilometer track if you want to do the full trail, but we didn't have enough time to do it, so we just took a walk up to the crater, and it was something to see. They were unfortunately working on a part of the trail, so we couldn't go as close as we wanted to, but luckily we had the drone to get some nice shots. The water was just something different. It's something that you don't really see. It's just really, it was phenomenal. We enjoyed it so much. It's worth stopping there. It's right next to the road, Rainbow Mountain. So just pull over, take a walk, enjoy it. The plan for the day was to go to the Tarawera Falls. That was quite hard because Google Maps was sending us in a direction, and then there was like no road closure or permit only. So it was quite confusing heading up to these falls. It was a beautiful road. It's far. I would suggest don't go with a small car. So we were happy to have the Pajero. You can see as well, there's not a lot of people that go to this waterfall. It's the track is not walked by because it's quite far, but it's worth it. It's worth it to go there. But the road to get there was confusing. Between you need a permit to drive on this road and road closure, it was really confusing. So we just took it. We were just like, oh, if we get stuck there for the night, we'll just put up camp and then camp there. But we saw images of this fall, and it was worth going there. The water is clear. I can't believe how clear this water was. It was definitely something to see. But not just that, this waterfall was unbelievable. And we stayed there. We stayed there for a while. We stayed there for about maybe 2 to 3 hours. We took a beautiful drive back from the waterfall. We stayed over at Lake Okarika. Hope I'm pronouncing it correctly. We stayed there for the night. It was a lovely camp. It was a dock campsite. There was a few cars, but it was quiet. No showers yet again. Toilets there were, but no showers, no running water as well. We stayed there for the night. Unfortunately, with the next day, we went to the redwood forest, but it was raining again. So there was quite a few things that we wanted to do in Rotorua, but due to the rain, we were quite limited. So we just decided we'll definitely go back to Rotorua as well and explore it more. But we did the redwood forest. It was something to see. Beautiful, beautiful history about it. We'll also suggest people to stop. There's a night lights one as well, where all the lights are on it in the evening. But we were on a trail on this road trip, so we only did the day trip. It was really nice to see. We really enjoyed it.
maak het scary hoor. Die ander het nog hout opgehad, hierdie het nie meer hout.
As you guys can see, it was pouring again, so that's why we left Rotorua and didn't stay longer, because it was just not worth it. The rain was just horrible. But that's New Zealand, and that was maybe this time of the year that we went. We went in about beginning of autumn, so not yet fully winter rain, but yeah, raining again. We stayed over at the campsite. It was quite expensive. It was $75 a night, and then we had to pay for the showers as well. It was $2 showers. So that was just confusing from where we come from. If you pay for camping site, then especially this is expensive, then the showers are included. But it was a lovely place to stay over. It was quiet, wasn't busy. From then, the next morning, we went to the kayaking. We booked some kayaks. We got 2. That was $120 for 2 kayaks for 2 hours. We enjoyed it, really enjoyed it. We the wind was calm, the bay was calm, as you guys can see.
Go blindfold.
So after our exercise we had with the kayaking, we left to go to Cathedral Cove. That was really also a nice trip. Sun was shining, so we came there a bit late. Sun was setting already. Just set up camp. We paid there $120 a night, but yet again, water was included and showers were free this time. So we used that. We definitely used that. It was lovely beach. Apparently this place is packed in the summer, so we got it at a nice time. It was nice and quiet. We took the hike to Cathedral Cove. There's kayakings that you can do, but it was quite expensive. It was $150 a kayak for 2 hours, which would have been $300. It was just too expensive for us to do it, so we just decided to take the walk. The stroll is quite nice. It's quite a walk. It's not a difficult walk, but it's quite far. It takes about 20 minutes to walk it. But the scenery there is amazing. And as I said, we went when tourism was not that high here. So we almost had the place for ourselves. It was not that busy. We could take nice pictures. It wasn't very crowded, because apparently what I've read about Cathedral Cove, it can get so crowded there, and then you just miss the beauty of the place. So I'm happy we got there, and there, as you guys can see, there was like no one there. It was empty. It was definitely worth it, worth going there, worth seeing it. Would put this on your bucket list for sure. you guys for watching. I know it took a while to post this video. We will post more videos more quickly. There was just a lot happening in this time period. But if you do like this video, like and subscribe. Follow us on Instagram to get all the pre-photos of wherever we go to on our next trip. We will be heading back to Pacesetter and starting to clean up Pacesetter again. That was our focus, and then as I said, a lot just happened in this time period. But yep, the next video will most probably be working on Pacesetter. But do like and subscribe, follow us along, follow us on Instagram, and thank you guys.